Hi, my name's Heidi Stone. I'm doing my critical assignment 2 for our health class, and I have to forewarn you, I have a 12-year-old dog that hacks like a smoker and a chinchilla that broke its leg yesterday, so he's hobbling around, so I'm trying to do this when my kids are home, so bear with me. Anyway, the first activity that I chose was for Chapter 14, and I chose the name of the activity is Effects of Smoking on the Body. So I chose that for grades 3 to 5. And the integration content area is English language arts writing. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what I would do if I were to teach this activity. So I would ask my students, fourth grade, they've probably seen people smoke, maybe their parents smoke, grandparents smoke, and I would ask them, why? Why do you think they smoke? Raise your hand why you think they smoke, and I'm sure the answers could be anywhere from she's always done it, or it makes me look cool, or it's something I like to do to relieve some stress, or and ask them how that makes them feel. What do they think of smoking? Because really between 3rd and 5th grade, most kids probably shouldn't have tried smoking. I mean, maybe 1 or 2, but I think even going back to when you first ever try a cigarette, it's always pretty nasty. I don't think anybody in 5th, 6th, 7th, 9th, 10th grade says, wow, that was amazing, because it's not. It makes you cough, makes you uncomfortable. So I think the initial impression of smoking would be probably a negative one, especially if they smoke in the car or in the house, or something that makes you smell. And then, now that, since I was a kid, it's different, but the effects of smoking has just wreaked havoc on, our health in the United States, well, everywhere really. And we all know that, it causes lung cancer. It causes, your skin to be disgusting. It causes bad breath, teeth problems, mouth cancer, lung cancer, and it goes on. And I think the more kids are exposed to that, the more they're going to realize, I don't want to mess with that, because obviously it's addicting. And it's expensive, and it makes you sick and disgusting, and hopefully, we'll just keep reducing the rates of smoking. So I would ask them questions. Do you smoke because your dad smokes, etc.? And they would answer them. And then I'm going to ask them, do you know that there's a lot of health risks associated with, like we just talked about, number one being a lung issue, which you need oxygen to breathe. If you have, a restricted airway, or your lungs are filled with tar, you're not going to be able to breathe right. So the first thing I'm going to do is hand out this lung sheet and show them that, okay, this is a healthy set of lungs, right? They're nice and clear. Then what we're going to do is they're going to take this, and for lack of time, I'm going to ask them to draw one lung that is affected by cigarette smoke and one lung that would be healthy, someone not smoking. Obviously, this probably wouldn't be a real person, because I don't think it only affects one lung, but it's going to end up looking something like this. So the more you smoke, the darker it's going to be, the more tar is going to be in there. And then we're going to talk about the effects of nicotine and the effects of really being addicted to the cigarettes. I have a quick PowerPoint presentation that I'm going to show, which is on the effects of smoking, which I can't show you because I'm using my computer to record myself, but I'll put it in the comments. After the presentation, I'm going to have everybody break up into small groups that are already predetermined, and I'm going to ask them to go and sit at one of the computers as a group, or grab a resource book of some sort that I'll have, and ask them to come up with different ideas that are different than my presentation from the PowerPoint on smoking. So what I want them to do is ultimately have an index card that they come up with, and I want them each to write one paragraph on the individual cards about one particular effect in smoking that is detrimental to a person's health. It can be anything from the blood supply getting cut off, or a lung problem, or anything that we didn't specifically go over in the PowerPoint, they can choose from, because it affects so much stuff. And that's really the point of the lesson, to explain smoking isn't just going to affect, you know, your breath or your skin. It's going to affect so much of your body and really, really wear you down over time. And so after they do this, I'm going to have them come up one by one and talk about their index card and what they have decided on it. The one I chose for my index card would be the effects of smoking on your skin. And what I wrote was, cigarette smoke has carbon monoxide in it, which steals oxygen away from your normal blood flow. Smoking can make your skin yellow, take away nutrients, and excessive premature wrinkling of the skin. Smoking can really ruin your skin and make you look a lot older than you actually are. Skin needs to be able to breathe, and when you smoke, you're cutting off its oxygen supply. Skin is the biggest organ on the body. The last thing you want to do is hurt or ruin it. Skin can be affected in many ways from smoking, and that's just one part of your health that it affects. It's not worth lighting up. So that's what I'm going to put on my index card. So along with that and the drawing of the lungs, we'll make sure we go over both, and we'll discuss them as a class, how bad smoking is for you and how it affects. And we hope that, you know, in the long term, that they don't end up smoking and that they don't even try smoking, because you don't want anything to happen or anything, you know, to have that effect on you to keep you into something. You know, I think it's important to go over not only the health risks, but the health risks for people around you, your kids, the people in your house. Even if you smoke outside, I mean, you know, if someone smokes outside, it stinks. If you have people smoking in the car, you know, a lot of these laws are now coming into place to realize how bad that cigarette smoking is. I remember when I had my son, who was born in 2007, and we were living in Virginia, they had just turned over the smoking laws from a restaurant. So, like, you know, a partition would be up, not even to the ceiling, and you could smoke. I remember being a kid, being able to smoke in the mall, you know, walking around the mall smoking, being on an airplane. I don't remember that, but I know of that. And so it's like, we want to emphasize how bad it is to smoke, how bad it is to get into that habit of smoking, you know, whether it be cigarettes or pot or, you know, cigars or, you know, even chewing tobacco. We just want to stay away from that and really focus on what it can do to you and your body. And that way, hopefully, it'll scare them enough to not want to even try it or do it and not succumb to anything like that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my presentation. That PowerPoint would take a couple minutes, so I'm just going to put that down at the bottom and you can take a look at it. Anyway, I wanted to tell you one other thing. The reason I picked this is because it's so relatable to what students see in the media every day. What's the latest and greatest thing to make you look cool, and how we're so influenced by media and ads, which is so true. You know, if I watch, I like Bravo, don't judge, but the ads that they show are appealing to someone that likes Bravo. My kids watch, you know, Nickelodeon, that kind of thing. The ads are about toys and about, you know, stuffed animals and as seen on TV things for kids. But, you know, I even remember when there used to be ads for cigarettes, beer, all kinds of stuff. And now it's just different. But there's still ads, and there's still, you know, the grasp the media has on you to say, like, wow, that looks really cool. I think I want to try that. I think I want to do that. So luckily, most cigarette ads are banned. But I'm just saying that, you know, with the media being able to influence our kids, we want to really make sure that we let them know, no, that's not cool. This is bad. And we don't want to have any kind of effects, long-term, short-term, anything, just from smoking. So that's it. Thanks so much.